It's Friday night. You get back from work and your local college football team has a game on a local TV station. So, you turn on the TV to watch it. Or you try to. But to your surprise, your station instead airs a movie from the 1940s. In 1984, this happened to the Temple Owls, and I swear I am not making this up. Before I start, I ask that you like this video and subscribe to the channel. We got these mini-documentaries, podcasts, and more. Over 72% of our watch time comes from non-subscribers, so why don't you stay while and subscribe? I'll hold your jacket for you. Now, let's get back to the story. At the end of the 1984 season, Temple and Toledo had something to look forward to, even if they did not make a bowl. The two teams would play at Atlantic City's Boardwalk Hall on November 30th of 1984. Boardwalk Hall is an indoor concert venue in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and if it sounds crazy that they're playing a football game there, it really is not. Boardwalk Hall famously hosted the 1964 Liberty Bowl, with the end zones being 8 yards instead of 10. Additionally, it hosted the Boardwalk Bowl from 1965 to 1973 and several games before the 1964 Liberty Bowl. The 1984 Temple-Toledo game at Boardwalk Hall looked to be pretty good as the season progressed. Toledo allowed less than 10 points per game on defense coming into their final game against Temple, and Steve Morgan led the offense with over 1,000 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns. The Rockets went 8-1-1 in their first 10 games and had won the Mid-American Conference and a spot in the California Bowl to play UNLV. While Temple had not had as great of a season as Toledo, they weren't bad at all. Led by Bruce Arians, yes, that Bruce Arians, the Owls went 5-5 and allowed 17 points per game. Future Heisman finalist Paul Palmer had shown promise at running back with over 700 rushing yards and 29 catches. Palmer also completed 3 passes for 113 yards and a touchdown. Atlantic City was going to get a good game that you could argue was nationally important. And for those who could not make the trip to Atlantic City, Metrosports would televise the game live and distribute it to markets around the country. Cities like Cleveland, Boston, Pittsburgh, and even Oklahoma City would be able to catch the game live. Notice how I didn't say Philadelphia, where Temple is located. Earlier in the 1984 season, Philadelphia's Channel 29 had carried Temple's game against West Virginia that Metrosports produced. This was supposed to be the plan for the Temple-Toledo game, except the station forgot what day the game was. The station thought the game was on Saturday, December 1st, and not the day before on Friday, November 30th. As a result, the station had scheduled the 1944 classic film To Have and Have Not, starring Humphrey Bogart and Bacall. Temple Associate Athletic Director Mike Fetchko had tried to get the game aired on Philadelphia's other local stations, but was told it was too late. Interestingly enough, on the other side of Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh's NBC station preempted its Friday night programming to air the Temple-Toledo game. However, Philadelphians had to wait until 11:30 that night to catch a tape delay airing of the game on WHYY, the city's PBS station. I've talked about this station before in a previous video, so you can check out that video on the card in the upper right hand corner. I've covered stations that chose painting over college football and regionally relevant games over nationally important games, which you can check out in the card in the upper right hand corner as well. But I never thought I would cover a station that would pick Humphrey Bogart over college football. The incompetence in this case is mind-blowing. Luckily, local Philadelphia fans didn't miss a good game, as Temple dominated Toledo in a 35-6 win. The Owls ran for 265 yards, with Paul Palmer leading the way with 148 yards. Toledo's Steve Morgan was held to only 50 yards, less than half his per-game average to that point.
Now, there is a lesson to be learned from this whole ordeal. If you're a network and you're going to broadcast a game, please make sure you know what day the game is, or you'll be stuck airing a Humphrey Bogart and Bacall movie. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you.